Hey guys, Infidel 1258. Today I want to get into the comment section, but today I'm going to do more of the traditional, the old school FAQ with 1258 sort of format, which is the thing I used to do quite a bit earlier, like months ago, where I just go through the comment section and one at a time address whatever was there and take all comers. So we'll see what's in there. I'm sure there's gonna be some fun questions and comments, but maybe there'll be some duds too. We'll take it as they come. Let's get into it. If you're new to my channel, though, my name is Dwayne. I go by Infidel1258. You can just call me 12. And I cover Splinterlands all day, every day, because this game has changed my life, and I think it can change yours. So if that sounds interesting, stick around and stay tuned. Joey Vince says 100% okay with people who wanna jur in and out. Okay, so Joey Vince says 100% okay with people who want to get in and out, get in and get out, leaving and rewarding long-term players. I think I'm reading what he's saying here. I haven't met a single person playing 1+ years who isn't happy with changes. There you go. They may have things they want different, but not everything. Yeah, that's great. I like that. Joey, I had a hard time understanding it first, but I get it. You're saying like people, if they want to go, let them go. If people are complaining, let them, you know, take off. And this is it, guys. I haven't met a single person playing 1+ years who isn't happy with the change. I think probably you mean more than in this video. I was talking specifically about the rank reward changes, but I think maybe you're speaking broadly about the changes that they've implemented in even probably the last, 6 months, 8 months. I bet that's what you're really describing there. And I definitely agree. I feel strongly that Splinterlands' development team has a great vision for the future. I think their plans are going to work. I have good hope for their technical, expertise in executing that, and their genius and creativity with like making it desirable while making it technically. So I've got high hopes. And yes, while there may be certain things that I want different, I definitely think that the package as a whole is revolutionary, really, literally life-changing potential rests in this game because of NFT blockchain technology, because how these assets are deflationary nature. There's only so many of them, and there's always shrinking in number because of how we burn them to grow them in strength. And that is such a path to a price appreciation. Thanks, Joey. Gage says, not a mistake, but another play to incentivize investment. He's talking again about the development, the new reward system, and how SPS is being auto-staked. I was asking, is that a mistake? I don't know, is it? And I still I'm on the fence. I could see it being problematic in some ways. That's all I'll say about that. But then Gage says it's not a mistake, but another play to incentivize investment. We need newer players to invest, not simply rotate the initial credits to play for free. I see your point for sure, Gage. Let's keep going here. For the newer players, they need a constant influx of DEC daily. I agree for rentals. So all they need to do is invest 25 to 50 bucks to buy cards and rent them out to always have the DEC available for their own rentals. I'm not sure I agree with that last part about how you could just spend 25 or 50 bucks and constantly have rental income that would translate to you being able to, fill out your own deck. I don't know that that's true. If that is true, Gage has a better grasp on the rental returns available in the marketplace. It's certainly possible that maybe a few key cards are generating a massive amount of rental return. I've seen this sort of thing on Twitter. I've heard conversations like this in MavChat. People are identifying certain cards that are really highly profitable from a rental standpoint, and they don't cost much to buy. And so if you are discerning, as Gage is, obviously, and you can find those deals and buy for dirt cheap and rent for a huge profit, wow, that's a cash cow. That's literally a money tree, because that's then going to garner that residual income that's going to allow you to reinvest by renting cards and playing the game, and then just doubling down as you earn SPS through that process. I think you guys should take that comment seriously and explore the rental market for yourselves and see what really cheap cards rent for, and try to find really inexpensive cards that are going to rent for a lot, well in excess of like you can look at the ROIs, the percentage ROI, and see some of them are, significant. Find those ones and see if there's opportunities for you in that. I'm sure Gage knows what he's talking about. I just haven't put time into looking into that. With respect to this though, I want to make a comment that pushes a little back on Gage here. We need new players. We need new players to invest, not simply rotate their initial credits to play for free. I agree. We need new players to invest. Frankly, we need players to invest generally. And the fact that this game is desirable, in my opinion, speaks to the fact that ultimately people will put money in it. That's my expectation. That's my theory. That's my, that's the foundation of everything I'm doing here. I do think it's fun. I do think it's got a future. Therefore, I expect people to put money in. So yes, we need new players or existing players to put new investment in. But new investment can be the credits that we earn through the rotation of play. So you talk about the simple rotation of the initial credits while you're playing for free. Remember, that's cryptocurrency. When you play the game and you earn a few SPS or a few DEC in the old days and even a few cards, and then you sell those and reinvest that value by renting more cards, or for that matter, by buying new cards through that process, that is a reinvestment of money. And now it's new money that was created by the game to pay you for your time and attention, but still that's meaningful. And so I actually partially disagree. I definitely agree with the core thesis that you're presenting here. We need new investment. We need exuberance and excitement for the future of the game. And if we don't have that with an audience that grows, there really can't be a thriving here. But part of that picture, maybe it's a small part, but a part of that picture can be small, small fish that play in this ecosystem, that earn a little bit of cryptocurrency through that play, and then reinvest that value in different ways. If they earn 5 SPS today and they theoretically have access to cash that out, and then they reinvest that in rental cards or in buying cards, those are profits to players like you and me who have assets in the game, who are selling cards or renting our own cards. And so even if that is a trivial contribution to this ecosystem, it is a contribution and it's part of our ecosystem. So I do think maybe you're overlooking that a little bit, Gage, but otherwise I totally agree with what Gage is saying. And you guys should check out his theory about the rentals here. I don't know for a fact that that's possible, but if, again, Gage has been around for a while and he knows what he's talking about. Okay. I got a live event in about 20 minutes. So I can't go too much longer, but I definitely want to do a few more questions. John B says, if the bot farms go broke, so does everyone else. Who's going to rent all the cards? Card value goes down to nothing. Okay. If the bot farms go broke, who's going to rent the cards? We got to start with the bot farms go broke. Why would they go broke? He's talking about the same video and he's saying, look, if they tie up the SPS, they make it auto stake from the daily rewards, then you can't get daily revenues. You can't pay for rentals through that process. These bot farms are relying on that revenue stream to sustain themselves. And then therefore they will quote unquote go broke. I think you have to remember that if they have thousands of bots, they have access to cash, but also they've been generating access and revenue for, if they've got that many bots and they really have a bot farm, quote unquote, then they've probably generated revenue over the last months that I would hope, carry them through some rentals and allow them to kickstart that process. Plus, like the question has to come back to, do these people who have no bags, no cash at all? Now, I'm not just talking about bot farms here, but I am trying to speak to John's question or comment. If you look at, a new player, do they have zero money at all to work with? Because when you buy an account for $10, you get 3,000 credits to work with. That is an initial startup fee that could theoretically generate rental. I've played at bronze using that 3,000 credits, and it only takes a few hundred credits to rent for a season. So I think you could probably use that 3,000 credits to play at bronze with no extra cash contributions, and to generate rental revenues from playing the game probably for, 6-8 seasons. Sorry, 6 or 8 weeks. Like, I guess that would be 3 or 4 seasons. And in that time, I would expect you would be able to cash out some of the SPS you're going to earn through that process. And then maybe that SPS would be substantive enough to justify the ongoing rentals. So what I'm saying is, do these people who are now being handcuffed, on the one hand, I'm sympathetic to these people who have their assets locked up and who want to liquid cryptocurrency with which to rent the cards. I'm sympathetic. I get it. That's kind of a hurdle for new players. But I have to say, it's a hurdle, but I can't see that it would be a deal breaker when we use language like that they're going to go broke. And it strikes me as that's like hyperbolic. It strikes me that, in fact, they will have opportunities to use, for instance, the 3,000 credits. They will have opportunities to have some accumulation of wealth over the last weeks and months. They should have some DC left over. They should have some cards to sell. They should have something, or at least a little bit of fresh fiat money to put in to support that rental revenue, to support the rental cost. So I'm not sure I buy that they'll go broke. And then therefore, I don't know if I can carry forward with your line of thinking, like who's going to rent the cards? If the bot farms go broke, well, you're right. That would be a problem. If the bot farms truly went broke, that would affect the rental market, and prices would technically go down because there'd be fewer renters. But I don't really believe that you're right, that the bot farms are going to go broke. And therefore, I don't really concede that the rental cards are going to be impacted by that. And then definitely, I don't agree card values go down to nothing. I think it's too hyperbolic, John, but I appreciate your comment. Thanks, man. This is going to have to be the last comment, but Alrakid is always in the comment section. Thank you, my dude. And he goes on the same video, he says, what's even worse is that now they make it a minimum of 5 SPS before we can even claim it. This is a problem, in my opinion, but this is because Hive can't transact a million times every second. And remember, we get like a million battles a month or something. I forget. There's a crazy number of battles every single day, hundreds of thousands of battles. I think there's 150,000 daily active players. Let's say they play the maximum 30 battles a day. That's a lot of battles. You can calculate that. And if you even said they play 10 battles a day, that's 1.4 million battles. And 1.4 million battles would produce 1.4 million SPS packages, like wins, and you're going to get some SPS for that process. Now, if 1.4 million accounts, it's not really accounts, but if after those 1.4 million battles, the person who won the SPS hits claim my SPS, what would happen? That'd be 1.4 million battles on the blockchain, turning into 2.8 million actions on the blockchain because of those submissions to claim that SPS. And that is a literal doubling of the actions that are being stored on the blockchain that are being submitted through the Hive blockchain. And maybe it's a server issue, maybe it's a blockchain issue, I don't know. But I think that's been a problem, and that's why they instituted this 5 SPS minimum. He goes on to say, that's some BS. So a champion player can claim faster and compound harder, than therefore getting a rare unfair advantage that we don't see often in the ecosystem. That's true. It is probably unfair. It also is rare, though. It's rare that the upper echelon of this game really gets a distinct advantage, in my opinion. So unfair, yeah. Rare, yes. Now I have to play for a couple of days before I even get to stake and benefit from staking APR. That is annoying. I think this is going to be fixed, Alrakid. I think this is from where I've read, this is a problem they recognize, and they're going to find a way to solve this. It's not something that they want to keep at 5 as a minimum. Claiming and staking as soon as possible increases your APR by a significant percent. It does. He's right. If staked SPS increases rewards, again, lower players get hosed and can't claim as stake as often as higher players. He's right. You guys aren't going to be able to stake as often. You're not going to be able to claim as often. You're not going to be able to earn as much off of that stake because your stake's not growing as rapidly as mine will be. So he's right. But good news, I think they're going to fix it. Guys, I got to leave it there because I'm going live in 10 minutes on Splinterlands TV. if you will have already seen that video and this before, by the time this one comes out. But I just want to say thank you for your time and attention. Thank you for always supporting the channel, for coming and hanging out in these live events. Hope I see you tonight. Have an amazing day. God bless.